Are you tired of the violence, tired of the injustice, police brutality, rampant discrimination, lack of gun control in this failed biased socioeconomic experiment called America? Or maybe you need a break from the relentless grind and want to regain control of your destiny, your wealth, your health, and your purpose. DiversifiedGame.com has the right course for you. Prepare for my first trip to Africa. Looking to reconnect with your roots, start a new business, or just a fresh start. Africa, aka the motherland, is waiting. Don't let the Chinese and the Mzungus have the fun and also take over the motherland. From Cairo to Mombasa, from Dakar to Cape Town, Africa has something for everyone, from business opportunities to the most amazing people, safety, leisure, and landscapes. The opportunities abound. It is time for the diaspora to reconnect with their roots. Time to reconnect with the birthplace of humanity. Africa is the last frontier. Get your head in the game and reclaim your legacy. The writing is on the wall. Babylon is falling. Give up the stress, grind, and violence inflicted on our people on this continent and prepare for a journey of restoration and joy by connecting with the land of your ancestors. Check out our new course and kick off your adventure at DiversifiedGame.com. So the last report we reported about United Airlines that had their, hair discrimination policy that was released toward the end of June. And, how I feel about that is if you don't like black people, you don't like black dollars. And black people should boycott United Airlines until they address that. But this is another layer of issues that's been going on with United Airlines. A lot of people have talked about their racism, different incidents, how it's been rude to black people. But remember, we talked about our podcast, called Confessions of the Black Flight Attendant that we posted on our podcast channel. And we will post that video and that pinned comment down there at the bottom so you can listen to the whole podcast. But on this one, I wanted to focus on an incident that actually happened to the sister that, we interviewed in the podcast. I want you to hear what happened to her from a Indian immigrant. And when I say Indian, I'm talking about East Indian, India immigrant. He, was coming into first class. He's one of those, high end members. I want you to hear exactly what this man done to, our sister here in the response to United. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Let me tell you another incident, another first class incident. It was this Indian guy. He's a 1K global service passenger, which means he's like the top of the tier. So he asked for coffee. I got him his coffee, but I guess I wasn't timely enough. Do you know this Indian man, darker than me now, came to me, stuck his finger in my face and said, "You are the worst flight attendant ever, you effing f***er."
Whoa.
Yes.
He called you that?
He did. In front of witnesses, the whole first class section. Yes, he did.
And so what happened to him?
Nothing. Me and the captain, who happened to be black, went after the plane landed. We went straight to United. United has a headquarters in Houston Airport, Bush Intercontinental Airport. So we wrote out a statement, everything that happened. So I'm thinking, okay, United's got my back. This is just not right. A month later, where I'm boarding, and this same passenger boards and hand me his freaking jacket to hang up in the coat closet. I'm shaking at this time, literally. So I called the other flight attendant. She was another black flight attendant. And I say, "Hey, I need you up in this cabin with me because this man called me a nigger a month ago, and I reported it, and he's still, I'm thinking he's going to be banned from United, ever flying this company." No, he was there. And she, my other flight attendant, she said, "What? He did?" I said, "Yes." So I didn't interact with him the whole trip or anything. We kind of switched positions because I couldn't do it. I just could not serve this man. I could not do it. And I informed the captain when we landed. I say, "Hey, this is his passenger on this flight. I'm just letting you know if anything happens." He called me a nigger in the past, so I am not serving him, and the captain was white. So he said, What do you mean he called? I said, yeah. He said, well, did you write a report? Did you tell United? I said, yes. He said, well, what is he doing back on the plane? I said, exactly. So nothing was done.
So the right course of action would have been, okay, we are hearing, this kind of report. The captain, is backing this report up. Then we need to do something about it. This guy needs to be banned for life from United. Did they do the right thing by protecting their employees? No. They allowed, hatred. They allowed technically, verbal abuse. In some places, it could be considered a hate crime of what this guy, done to her by pointing the finger and doing all this stuff in her face. Now, I know good and well it's not in United's company policy to allow racial discrimination, abuse, racial slurs, and all of that. I know good and well it's not in their policy to allow that. But yet they allowed this to keep this guy in the higher tier because obviously he's paying, more money than most. But it doesn't matter about that because I think the blowback from, racial discrimination is going to cost you a lot more than this particular one guy who didn't deserve to be up there in the first place acting that way. So why is it United Airlines, after it was reported to you about this racialized abuse? Now, if this sister would have been an Asian woman, she probably could have got the federal hate crime bill on this guy. Because, in the federal hate crime bill, you say anything, too bad to Asian people or whatever, you will get a federal charge. But because black people, aren't protected in America, well, it doesn't matter, right? But what we can do as a people, we can say, okay, you don't like black people's hair, you're allowing black people to be racially attacked, and you do nothing about it whatsoever. Even a captain went and said something. Another captain said, well, why is he even on the flight? So they both know that it's not right for that to happen. So black people, this should be further evidence that you should remove your money and do not fly United Airlines because they do not care about black people. I don't care if they hire some black people. Sometimes they hire black people so they don't get in trouble with the EEOC. A lot of them companies do that. It doesn't mean they like black people like that. Why is these incidents going on these airlines and United Airlines is not addressing this? This isn't a good look, United Airlines. This isn't a good look at all. You could be quiet about it. You could not address it or whatever, but it was reported to you. You can't say, well, we didn't know that happened, so how can we do? No. You knew. Your headquarters is right here in Houston, and you knew what was going on, and you did nothing about it because you wanted to keep getting that racist East Indian man's money. And this is why a lot of black folks are getting real, sick and tired of what's happening with all these people coming in this country, and they came in this country off of our backs because prior to that immigration bill, these Mzungus didn't want nobody here. They didn't want nobody. They didn't even want other white folks here either. They only wanted themselves here and got this bill. And then all these people leapfrog and get into this country. They didn't want to talk down to black folks, the people that built this country. You understand? This is why a lot of black folks are talking just like Trump a lot about immigration, because look at what you do when you come over here. It's enough we got the white supremacists to deal with. We don't need to be importing none. You understand? But, y'all let me know what you think. Like I said, you let United Airlines know. Hit them up on their Twitter. Call them up and say, hey, if you're going to allow racial discrimination on employees and definitely many passengers, we don't need to fly your airlines. Give them a call. Let them know, about your dissatisfaction about hearing this. Tweet them, let them know. Hit them up on Instagram. They need to know that if you don't protect black people, black women on your flights, you have this policy of hatred on your flights as well against black women's hair, then black people do not just need to spend a dime with this company whatsoever. And I know I saw many of your comments that I've been boycotting them forever anyway. Well, we need more people to get on board with the boycott because United Airlines don't deserve black dollars. Friends and family, I would like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for Black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today.